Creating content is fun, but turning one YouTube video into posts for LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and other platforms can get exhausting really fast. In this video, we are going to build a simple AI tool that takes the transcript from your YouTube video and automatically converts it into social media post. And to build this, we'll be using Python, which will handle the AI workflow, and the YouTube API to fetch video transcript, and Streamlit, which will help us create a simple web interface so we can run everything like a small app. And don't worry, if you're new to some of these tools, this is a beginner-friendly project and I'll walk you through each step. So here's what we'll be covering in this video. First, we'll set up the environment and install all the libraries we need for the project. Then, we'll connect the YouTube API and learn how to pull transcript directly from a video. Next, we will build the AI agent that reads the transcript, understand the context of the video, and converts it into social media content. After that, we'll structure prompts so that the AI can generate posts tailored for platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram. And finally, we'll build a simple Streamlit interface where you can paste a YouTube video link and instantly generate social media posts from it. And by the end of this video, you will have your own AI tool that can turn YouTube videos into ready-to-post social media content. So before we get started, here's a quick piece of information you might want to know. If you're looking to transform your career and get ahead in the AI and automation space, then Simplilearn has partnered with IHFC TIH of IT Delhi to offer the professional certificate program in generative AI, machine learning, intelligent automation, and this program is perfect for anyone looking to develop cutting-edge skills in AI and automation, and also land a top job in industries that are rapidly adopting these technologies. Here's what you'll get in this program. You'll get a program certificate from IHFC TIH of IT Delhi powered by Simplilearn, 2 days campus immersion at IT Delhi, and exclusive IHFC Executive Club status, a Microsoft course completion badge, and trophies to showcase your skills. 20 plus AI tools and 12 plus real-world projects to work on and build a strong portfolio. Masterclasses from industry experts, including intelligent automation applications and agentic AI. This 11-month program is designed to equip you with the most relevant in-demand skills that every industry needs today. Plus, you will have hands-on learning and get the chance to work with top AI tools like Python, TensorFlow, OpenAI, LangChain, and many more. So what are you waiting for? Hurry up and enroll now. The course link is mentioned below. So before we get started, here's a quick quiz question for you. What will our AI agent do in this project? Options are edit videos, read a transcript and generate social media posts, design thumbnail, or upload videos to YouTube. Let me know your answers in the comment section below. So before we get started with the demo, let's quickly understand what an AI agent actually is, because that's the core idea behind the project. Now, an AI agent is basically a system that can take information, process it, and then perform an action. It usually works in 3 simple steps. First one is to collect or sense information. Then it analyzes and understands that information, and finally, it takes some action based on that understanding. This cycle is often described as sense, think, and act. So the agent observes something, reasons about it, and then performs a task. And this process can keep repeating depending on what the system needs to do. Now, the reason AI agents are becoming so popular is because they can automate tasks that usually requires a lot of manual work. For example, an AI agent can generate content, do research, analyze data, or even run code. In our case, we will build an AI agent that reads a YouTube video transcript and turns it into a social media post. To build this, we'll be using anti-gravity, which makes it much easier to create and run AI agents. In the next step, we'll be starting with setting up everything and see how it works in practice. So let's get started with our demo part. So the first step is to install Python in your system. Now this is very important. So make sure you have installed Python in your system. Now, if your Python is already installed, what you can do is you can just go to your terminal, click on open, and from here you can check the version of your Python installed in your system. So we'll type the command python -- version. So as you can see, it has given me the version of my Python, which is 3.13.7. So it means that this version has been already installed in my system. Now the next step would be to create a folder and then import it to our IDE. So in this case, we'll be using Antigravity as our code editor, and you can also use VS Code, or if you want more AI integrated in your system, then you can go with Antigravity. My personal favorite is Antigravity, so I'll just go with that. Let me just search for Antigravity from here, click on open. So here we have the anti-gravity opened in our system. You can also see the opened agent manager, and the agent mode is also there in case you have any queries to ask. Now, this is really amazing. Also, I have a full video on anti-gravity tutorial. If you want that, I can attach it in the description box below. So do check that video out. Next, we're going to create a folder. So we'll just go back. So let's create a folder here in our desktop. Click new folder, and the folder's name is, let's suppose we are creating a social media agent, right? So I'll just write social media project. Now this is the folder we have created. Now you can just drag and drop your folder from here, or you can also click on open folder and search for your folder from here. So here we have social media project, so we'll just select that. So now, as you can see, our folder is now open. From here, you can also click on terminal, new terminal. So now our next step would be to set up the virtual environment. Now, as we know that creating a virtual environment will help you manage dependencies for our project without affecting the system-wide Python packages. Now, to just create a virtual environment in our system, we can just go to this terminal. We can enlarge this a bit first. So this is the command we are going to enter, which is python-n venv anti-gravity env. So we are going to create a virtual environment for this. Now to activate your script in your Windows system, you need to just enter this command, which is /antigravity env scripts activate. So it will actually activate your script from here. And now, as you can see in your folder, you have this env file created, which includes all of these scripts like include, libraries, packages, and everything. All right, so this thing has been done now. Now our next step would be installing the essential libraries. So once the virtual environment is active, we can now install the necessary dependencies to our project. So now to install all the libraries and packages, I'm going to enter this command, which says pip install OpenAI Streamlit, YouTube Transcript API, Python.env, OpenAI Agents, Anti-Gravity. So basically these libraries include OpenAI for interacting with the GPT model, Streamlit for creating the web interface, YouTube Transcript APIs to fetch the video transcripts, and Python.envs to load the environment variables very securely in your system. Then you also have this OpenAI Agents SDK. Now what it's going to help you to create your agent actually. Next is your anti-gravity. Now this is basically used in a demo for creating an agent. So I'm going to just type in enter from here and let anti-gravity install all the libraries in your system now. So as you can see, it says collecting OpenAI, collecting Streamlit. All right, certify. Oh, it takes a bit of time. We're just going to wait for a few seconds. Okay, so it's installing all the packages you can see from here. So you can actually view what all packages it's installing, which is anti-gravity. Then you have OpenAI, Pandas, Streamlit, MCP, OpenAI agents, all of those. So it takes a bit of time to actually import it. So out of 70 packages, only 22 has been done now. Alright, so here all our packages has been installed. Now to just explain you guys further, I would just say that these libraries include OpenAI, which is used for interacting with the GPT model. Then you have Streamlit, which is used for creating the web interface, and YouTube Transcript APIs to fetch the video transcript. Then you have Python.env, which is used to load environment variables, and anti-gravity for demo. Now, one more thing, in case this OpenAI API key doesn't work, we can also use Gemini 1, and to do that, we need to install some Gemini dependencies and libraries. So let me just give this command, which says pip install Gemini API Streamlit YouTube transcript, and let me just hit enter. All right, so it's done now. Which says python.exe install upgrade PIP. So we're just gonna upgrade our Python, and yeah. Okay, so as you can see that the successfully installed the PIP version 26.0.1. Now this has been completely done. What we're gonna do is now we'll just minimize the button, and we have to create one more file inside this, which says .env. So basically, we need an API key from Gemini or OpenAI to interact with their models, and to avoid exposing it to your code, you have to store it to your .env file. And to create it, we just create this file from here. And from here, you need to add your Gemini or your OpenAI key. So let me just tell you guys, since the Gemini version is paid, you can just create your own API key. So from here, you have to just search for Gemini API key. And you see this Google Gemini, Google AI Studio, right? Just click on that. And from here, just click on Get Started. Now you'll be seeing this playground, build, dashboard, all of these things. So from here, you can just select Get API key. Now you see these options, right? So you have to just click on Create API key from here and just enter the name of your API key. Let's suppose it's social media dot anti. And then you can choose the imported project or you can click on Create Project. So it's creating a new project now. So create key for that. Now you can see a project listed here, Gemini project. Now what you have to do is you have to just click on this key and copy the key, right? Copy the key to the clipboard and come back here. So from here you can just type Gemini API keys equals to and then just copy paste the key. Copy key, just go back to your anti-gravity and paste it from here. All right. Now this is done. So we have created our .env file and we have also added our Gemini key from here. And if you have OpenAI API key, you can also add that. Now python.env is actually used in your Python script where you can load the API key using this particular command, which is python.env. Now, let's move on to our next step, which is to define the AI agent and the tools. So for this, we have to create a Python file first. So just click on New File. So we'll just give any command, which is socialmedia.py. All right, this is a Python file here. Now we have to first import our packages and modules, right? So just click on Import async. Then you have to import your OS from YouTube transcript. Give an underscore API import YouTube transcript API from agents import agent. So just move it to the next line. So basically here, as you can see the async part, right? Now this is used for running the asynchronous functions, which is important for non-blocking code. And then you have your OS here. This basically handles the environment variables like you're loading the API keys. Then we have got YouTube transcript API. So this our thing has not been completed. This is the first step. So I'm just gonna comment it out here. Step 1, okay? Yeah. So now the YouTube transcript API, what it does it fetches the transcript from the YouTube videos as I told you before. Then we are using the agent here. Import agent, right? So what this does is it will import the tools for creating the AI agent, that is the agent, runner, and all the tools. Then you have OpenAI here. So OpenAI is used to import the OpenAI client used here for Gemini. You can also use Gemini for more compatibility purpose. Then you have .env. This is used to load the environment variables from .env file, which is for security purpose. And then you have the data class from here. So data classes is used to define a data structure for post social media content. And from typing import list, which says type annotation for list in Python. So this is very basic. Now, this is the second step where you have to get the Gemini API key and configure. Okay, so from here you have to load your .env Gemini API key is equals to Gemini API key. I've just mentioned it from here, and this is the URL for that. So you remember we had copy pasted the API key, so we are just going to go back to our .env and again we just copy paste this key from here. We'll go back to our Python file, and from here you can just copy paste your Gemini key. Yeah. So .env has loaded all your variables from the .env file, and this Gemini API key will fetch your Gemini API key securely from the environment. And the base URL which you see here, what it does, it will set the base URL for the Gemini API, which use the relevant URL for your API. Now let's move on to our third step from here. So we're just gonna write step 3. So from here you have to just type in Gemini underscore async underscore client, which is equals to async OpenAI bracket API key, which is equals to Gemini API key. Just mention key from here. Then type base URL. It should be in small letters. Base URL, which is equals to Gemini base URL, comma, and we're going to give a bracket from here. Set default OpenAI chat completion. Then next you have got this asynchronous clients for the tools, where we have mentioned the Gemini client, OpenAI, and API key is equals to Gemini API key, and this is the URL. So it's gonna just take it from the same URL function from here. So as you can see, the async OpenAI, what it does here is it will configure the asynchronous client to interact with Gemini via the API. Then you have this set default OpenAI client and the OpenAI, this one default OpenAI API. Now this will configure the Gemini client globally for the future calls. Now let's move on to our next fourth step, which is very important. So this is the step 4, where we will define the tools for the agent. Defining tools for the agent. So I'll just comment it out here. Defining tools for the agent. So the first tool here is to generate the social media content from the transcript. Now it says dev generate content video transcript str. Next you have this function of generate content. So this function will take a video transcript and social media platform as inputs, and it will generate a post using the Gemini API key, which we have already stored before. So let's move on to our fifth step now. So I'm just going to mention it as step 5, defining the agent. So first we have to import this function, which is data class post. Platform would be in string. So just type in platform. Then you have content, which is again stored as a string variable. Next we can just type in content writer agent, which is equals to your agent name. Name we can give as content writer agent, comma, then you've got the instructions. So you can just provide few instructions here. Let's suppose you're just giving you are a talented content writer. So I've given the instructions here that you are a talented content writer who writes engaging, humorous, informative, highly readable social media post. You will be given a video transcript and social media platform. You have to generate social media post based on the video transcript and also the social media platforms as well. You may search the web for the up-to-date information on the topic and fill in some useful details if needed. Now, here we have used this function, right, the data class. So what it basically does is it creates a class to structure the output data, which is the platform and the content. And we have the content writer agent here. So it basically defines an agent that generates social media content for us, and it will use the Gemini model. So I have mentioned here using the model Gemini 2.0 Flash. So this is the model it will be using. Now, the next step is to just define some helper functions. Again, I'll just comment it out, step 6, which is to define helper functions. So here I've already written the code for defining the helper functions to fetch the transcript from a YouTube video using the video ID. And I've given the command def get transcript using the video ID, languages list none. Next, I've also added how to use the YouTube transcript API from here. So it's going to fetch the transcript using this API key. And then you have the exceptions mentioned here to handle some specific YouTube transcript API exceptions. Now this get transcript function here will fetch the transcript of a YouTube video, and you have to give the video ID for that, and it can handle errors for various issues like unavailable transcript or some wrong video ID in case some exception occurs. The last step would be to run the content writer agent with trace writing content result await runner dot run, and this is almost done. Now the main function will actually run the agent. It will fetch the YouTube transcript for the given provided video ID, and then it will generate a post for LinkedIn or Instagram using the content writer agent, and the output would be given as per as the generated content. Now, one more important thing to be noted is that you have to ensure that your Gemini API key is correctly placed in your env.env file, which we have created before. So make sure the Gemini API key is correct. Alright, so our code has been done. So now that we have set up our environment and learned how the agent works, it's time to get to the next part, which is building the interface. So in the next step, we'll be using the Streamlit to wrap up our code and using some user-friendly web application. So for that, I have already written the code for this, which is app.py. So we want to make this entire process accessible in a very user-friendly way, so that nobody has to deal with a terminal command or complex inputs. So here's where Streamlit comes in. Now, Streamlit is basically a Python library that will allow us to easily convert our Python code into a very beautiful web application. Streamlit will automatically turn Python variables like st.txt input and st.button into some interactive components, and it will help us create a dynamic web interface. So this is the code already mentioned here. So first you need to just import your Streamlit, import async from social media agents, import JSON. Next is to set up some page configuration from here, then adding some title and description. So the description is that this app will generate some social media content based on the YouTube video transcript. And for that, you have to just enter your YouTube video ID and your query to generate some content for different platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, and you have this input section here. So this st.title function, this will set the title of the web page that will be shown at the top of the Streamlit app. And this is the very first thing the user sees when they visit the web interface, right? Second thing is the st.text input. Yeah, so you have seen this st.text input. Now this will create an input field where the users can enter a YouTube video ID, for example, something like the ID, like example I've already mentioned here. Then you have this select box also. You have the caption, text area. You also have check boxes here. So all of these, basically it will create drop downs for the users to select the social media platforms they want, which is LinkedIn or some other platform. Then we've also got button to trigger content creation. You have this functions called st.button to generate content, type primary, disable not video ID. So when this button is clicked, it will trigger the AI agent to generate the social media post for you. Next is processing the YouTube transcript. And then you have with st.spinner generating content. This may take a few minutes. So basically, this shows a spinner while the AI is processing the input. This is a nice touch to inform the user that something is happening in the background. And you have, and in case the agent runs and there's a result known as error, it will show the error also. Next, you have you have to also access the list of the post, then parse the correct output, display the results, and finally the footer section, which you can see at the end of your web page, which is powered by OpenAI GPT-4o, or if you want Gemini, you can also mention that. One more important step before this is you have to create a file known as requirements.txt, where you need to mention the libraries of whatever we have extracted. You can also mention Gemini from here, to all the frameworks and the libraries we have installed before using the pip command. So you can just mention it here. Now let's move on to our final step, which is to run this project which we have created. So just enter this localhost ID and just click on enter. As you can see, our project has been done and this is the output. Social media content generator. This app generates social media content. Based on this, you have to just enter your YouTube video ID from here, your query like generator, LinkedIn post, or Instagram caption for this video ID, whichever you have mentioned. And you can also select your platforms from here. Let's suppose you want it for LinkedIn, you want it for both Instagram and LinkedIn, or any of one. You also have this Twitter option as well. So you can just select the platforms and click on generate content. So let's suppose we have a video ID. So from here, you can just copy paste your video ID and just remove this unnecessary part. All right, this is the video ID, and you can just give your query like to generate a LinkedIn post or Instagram caption based on this video. So let's suppose I say to create an Instagram caption based on this video. All right. And you can just select your platforms from here like Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. So let's suppose I select only Instagram from here, and you can just click on generate content. So it will create the content for you. One more important thing, that since we are extracting YouTube video transcript, the number of tokens with the Gemini API key we'll use would be a large number of tokens. So make sure you have the paid version of your API key, or else it will show some error. If you're using the paid API like OpenAI, then it will be able to extract all of those tokens, because when you do it for YouTube, the number of tokens is really large. So make sure you're using the paid one. If not, you can just try out with some smaller range videos like for 1 minute, less than 5 minutes video. And that's it for this project. Now you have a simple AI tool that can turn a YouTube video transcript into social media posts. I hope this tutorial helped you understand how to build a small AI workflow using Python. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more AI and coding tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.